Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here, welcome back to more Let's Play Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Last time, some serious stuff went on when we found out that Daein is actually going to join the war against the Laguz Alliance, but only one person couldn't put this any better, and that's our good friend Map Commentator, so we'll go ahead and let him talk before I start rambling on.
During the war between the Laguz Alliance and Daein, the three remaining countries on Tellius, Daein, Crimea, and Goldoa, have thus far remained neutral. In Daein, the war for independence is over, and Prince Pelias has been crowned king. Daein is now free from Daein's rule, and is once again universally recognized as a sovereign nation. Micaiah decides to honor the promise she had made and continue on as the general of Daein's armies until the country stabilizes. Most of her companions remain by her side, helping to restore their beloved country. It is their hope that Daein will recover soon, both politically and socially. Focused as they are, they realize that they can spare no time on outside concerns, including the current war in Daein. However, King Pelias has a mysterious change of heart and orders Micaiah into the war on Daein's side.
Chapter 6, A Reason to Fight. So yeah, it looks like Daein is going to be joining the war with Daein. Not sure what exactly happened, but we'll probably learn more about this later. Oh, so apparently she doesn't want to fight, yet she is. Micaiah, why must you always be so complicated? And Soth, you're about as stupid as she is. But yeah, we'll figure all of that later. Because now we're actually with the Daein armies, so all of the characters we've used before, with the exception of, I think, Torneo. We have them all back. They all have the same weapons they were left with. And yeah, that's basically what's up right now. There are a few info conversations before I do that. MVP of the last chapter is, drum roll, I'm pretty sure I know who it is, Gotri! Because he kicked so much ass in the last chapter, I'm not surprised. Okay, now let's actually go into the info conversations. We actually have 5, but they are all very important, as they each actually yield a pretty good reward, so I'm going to make sure I go through all of these. The main things we're probably going to get from these conversations are weapons, and there are 3 weapons specifically I'll have to talk about. Oh, and we actually got a Master Crown. So hooray for that. Got a Master Crown. Okay, next we have a conversation with Jill. And Jill's gonna get a Brave Axe, which we all know what Brave weapons do. Okay, here we actually get to the special weapons. Okay, so Edward gets the Khalid blog. I don't know how you'd say that weapon for the life of me, but basically this is a sword that only Edward can use, and I really mean only Edward. See, even the description says Edward only. Now, each member of the Dawn Brigade, and by each member I really only mean Edward, Leonardo, and Nolan, each character gets their own specialized weapon, which only they can use. The Khalid blog, or however you say that sword, it's the weirdest name ever, but that sword basically gives Edward a small boost of luck, but the sword is also very powerful too, and each weapon actually gives each character a different increase in a different stat, so we'll see that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get Leonardo out. His weapon's not going to be very useful, though, because he's only like a level 4 archer, so he's probably not going to be able to use his weapon at all. Okay, forget what I said about Khalid Bog. This weapon name is a lot worse. The Lunasadad? Lunasadad? I don't know. Someone please tell me how you pronounce that. I mean, thankfully I'm not going to be using Leonardo, so it's not like I'll have to, like, say that name over and over again, but I'm really curious about how you say that. And I believe Leonardo's weapon actually gives him +5 speed, which is actually very useful because Leonardo has actually a very low speed growth, so it's kind of nice how his weapon actually helps him a little more. So there's the Lunasadad. And finally we have Nolan's weapon, which I believe gives him +5 defense. The numbers might not be +5, it might be +2 or something, I honestly don't remember. But yes, his weapon is the Tarvos. That's one wicked-looking axe, exactly. Oh, Nolan, you're such a nice man. Okay. That's all the info conversations. As for supports... Oh, I can actually get these guys to A rank. That works for me. Anyone else? Doesn't look like it, so yeah, whatever. Wow, Fiona can't actually support with anybody, but I don't think I've actually used her at all, so that's probably why. Who doesn't have a support? Well, Jill and Zahar don't. I guess I could get them as a support, but I might actually wait and maybe support Har and Jill, possibly. That's always an idea. Oh well, we'll figure it out, but I'm pretty much done with that. And now, as usual, I'm going to go ahead, go off camera, and do all the item rearranging and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, I am back. So let's go ahead and see what I did. Mainly just did a few different switches when it came to my items. Gave Soth a beast killer to help him deal with some of the Lagoos in this chapter. Didn't do anything to him, except give him a Great Lance. Gave him an Iron Poleaxe, and I also actually did some skill equipping, which I don't normally do. I went ahead and gave Nolan the Beast Foe skill and the Vantage skill. That way, since we're going to be dealing with a lot of Lagoos units in this chapter, and because because Nolan has a lot of HP, and he's, guaranteed to get attacked a lot, this might be a good skill. And I also gave him Vantage, so if an enemy unit actually attacks him first, he does have that chance to activate both skills, which is, very nice. It should definitely put the damage on, especially for a hard hitter like Nolan. Let's see, gave Laura a few staves, as you can see. Gave her the Torch Staff and the Physics Staff, which is going to be very helpful. Basically just gave Edward an Iron Blade, didn't do anything with Zahark, and with, Jill, I actually, gave her a skill. I gave her the Paragon skill. Since Jill is probably a unit I'm going to be using in the future, it seemed like a good skill to equip, so she can, get a lot of experience, so that is why I equipped that. And, yeah, that's really about it. Not much else I have to say. I think it's kind of funny how Leonardo can use a special bow, but he can't even use a steel bow. That's kind of hilarious. But yeah, that's about it. So let's go ahead and go on. Just leave the base. Kind of took a while. Okay. Skrimir is kind of depressed that he was beaten by Zelgius, but what do you expect? Zelgius is a badass. So yeah, Galilean Troop morale is definitely hurting right now. Uh-oh. We might be getting pursued here. Okay, here we are. Ah! It's a tiger! Okay, so here we go. Ready for this chapter. I'm gonna go ahead and bring everybody. I mean, it might not even seem like it's worth it to bring these two. Actually, you know what? It wouldn't be worth it, so let's bench them. Never mind. I will go ahead and bring Leo, though. Actually, no. Ileana's not here, so Leo's kind of pointless. And what the hell, I'll bring him. Just for funsies. And yeah, that's really about it. Let's go ahead and start positioning. I'm gonna want to keep my supported partners together, so let's put you two over here. Actually, I forgot of something I should have done. I'll do that after I finish my moving around. Zahark, not sure what side you'd be better on. I'll keep you over here. Again, I'm really only going to be using Zahark if I need him. Like if he can actually kill something that would, be kind of beneficial for me. Right now I could actually use either Zahark or Edward since they're at the same level. I think right now, though, Edward is kind of superior. Actually, it's hard to say. They're both pretty even. The only difference is Zahark has more resistance, but resistance is not really going to play a factor here. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll do this. This seems like an okay move, I think. I really don't know. We'll find out. Very quickly, though, I am going to return to the base, because there is something I should have done that I didn't. Micaiah can actually heal now, so I definitely want to make use of that. Can she use a mend staff? Of course she can, okay. I'll go ahead and get a mend, too, just in case. Don't need a restore staff, because Lagoos aren't ones to use status ailments. Okay, there we go. Fix that, now let's actually save our game, and let us get this battle underway. This is going to be a very interesting battle. I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out. But yeah, the goal for this battle is we need to destroy 46 Lagoos units. And that's actually quite a bit. This is going to actually take a while. The one thing I guess you could really do is, first of all, let me take Laura and put her, I guess, right here. And I'm going to use the torch staff so we can actually see. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting a very large area like that, but whatever, I'll take it. It's not a problem. Okay, gotta be really careful though, because I don't want to screw this up. We'll have to destroy all of these units and keep them away from our target area. First, we need to weaken you. I'm glad we have a lot of Thainy spells, because that's going to make this a lot easier. It really is. Are you guys cats? Cat. Okay, I'm not too worried about you guys. Or really getting Nolan up here, rather. Oh, wow. Like, I know he has the Beast Killer, but still, or Beast Foe, but I didn't expect it to be this powerful. Wow. Yeah. Before I do that, though, let me equip. Or put that as the next weapon. Alright. Nolan's going to be doing quite a bit of damage in this chapter, I can already tell. And I'll go ahead and put, Edward right here. Maybe get a critical hit right here. Nope, not quite. I was hoping, though, I was hoping. Actually, oh wait, I could, just for fun, get Leonardo involved and get him a kill, but I'd rather save the experience for someone who I'm actually going to use. I could actually, yeah, that is one thing you can use about Leonardo in this chapter, even if you're not using him or have him at a very high level. You can at least, you know, take advantage of his very strong bow, which is nice. Go ahead and hit you, do a little damage. I could kill you with Soft, that is something I can do. Yeah. Even though I'm not going to be using Soft very much... Oh wow, Brave Bow, but there's no way Leo can use that. But even though I'm not going to be using Soft that much, I am going to have to take him throughout the entire game, so I don't want him to be too weak. So that's kind of what I'm doing right there. Let's see, okay, as long as I get 2 units right here, I should be fine. Let's go ahead and put good old Jill over here. Jill can't quite... Jill's strength is very low. That is one very unfortunate thing about using her. So I think that's actually common for her regardless. Might have to actually use Zahark to get some of this damage down. Which I can do that. Alright, perfect. I honestly wasn't expecting a kill like that, but... Way to prove me wrong, game. Way to prove me wrong. Okay, I should be able to kill this cat, no problem. Dang it! Well, I don't think I'm in that major trouble. Okay, yeah, there's like a little blockade right here, so I'm not in too much of danger. Before I move you, though, one thing I am going to do is, for now, I'm actually going to put all my yellow units down here. And later on in the chapter, I'm actually going to get them to move again, because here we actually have another physics staff user. And that's actually going to be pretty helpful. It'll give us, essentially, a third heal if we need it. But let's see what happens in our first turn.